I'll get to the point right away. I'm retiring. For good.
He's down at the ocean somewhere. I have this vision of... They used this device a couple of times in Seinfeld where one of the characters is contemplating a big decision out deep on a dock and there's seagulls flying around. I have this vision that Tom Brady walked out onto a dock somewhere and leaned over and pondered the ocean and finally decided, you know what, screw it, I'm done. There it is. Actually, it's a pier, not a dock. I was wrong in my description of the nautical structure, but there he is, pondering his life before deciding to pull out his phone and spontaneously record a video that was not pre-recorded at all, wink, wink, that was not contrived or orchestrated at all, wink, wink. It all happened yesterday morning. Somehow, the sun was up wherever he was when he recorded that video in the early morning hours of Wednesday, February 1. Anyway, that part of it's weird to me, that he created the impression that he did basically roll out of bed, come down to the ocean, pull out his phone right after he made the decision and recorded that video, because there were indications yesterday that didn't happen, that it was pre-recorded. So it just adds to that element of weird that's kind of floating through all of this, Chris.
Well, yeah, it's for Brady, who's been a team selfless kind of guy, I guess, and I don't think this is a bad thing, and I think a lot of humans would fall into this a little bit if you were Tom Brady. It's just become a little bit more, how do I want to say, just more self, more, hey, I'm worried about my commercial appeal and my Tom Brady the corporation. It just seems more planned and contrived than we've ever seen from Tom Brady over the last few years. I think that's what you're speaking about, right? I mean, I think that's what everybody was like. Did he really just walk over to the beach yesterday and do that, or come on? And it's that's where I think we all scratch our head a little bit, because we're not used to seeing him do that as much as he has been lately.
And the whole timeline is a surprise to me, because I listen to that podcast every week for any nuggets of information that may be useful or relevant for conversation here, for items that we post at PFT. And I got the impression, number one, that he wasn't done. When he says after the loss to the Browns in late November, I'd rather play and lose than not play at all. And I looked at the remaining schedule and I said, he's only got 6 games left. Sounds like somebody who's going to play. When Rodney Harrison, after interviewing him on Christmas Day in Arizona, says he's going to play for a team other than the Buccaneers next year, in my opinion. Well, where's he getting that from? He's not pulling it out of thin air. He just interviewed Tom Brady, his former teammate with whom he won Super Bowls. So it was all pointing in that direction. And he said on the podcast that he wasn't thinking about retirement. This was December 26th. I'm not thinking about it. I'm going to wait until the season's over. I'm going to take my time. And the next time I do it, it's for good. Well, the video shows up 16 days after his last game. And if he wasn't thinking about it at all, 16 days isn't a lot of time to come to your final decision, especially if you recorded the video at some point before that and you're just carrying it around waiting for the right moment to initiate the launch sequence of this video. That is part of what doesn't add up to me. And again, he's told us in the past he rarely speaks from the heart. He rarely says what he believes, and it may have been all contrived, and he may have known all along he was going to retire, and maybe he did want to create the impression he wasn't, just so people would be talking about it.
Yeah.
People would be assuming he's going to play. He dominates the conversation. And Chris, my wife disagrees with this. She thinks it's dumb that I believe this, but not the first time that's happened, and she's probably right more often than not. But with that movie coming out tomorrow, that he is not just a guy who shows up and acts in, and it really is a stretch. Yet again, he's playing himself in a movie. I really will be impressed if he plays someone other than himself at some point. The movie has his name in it, and he's one of the producers. He's got skin in the game. He's got cash on the line. The more people are talking about Tom Brady this week as the all-important opening weekend, that first weekend of a movie's release is critical. Critical. Yeah. Coincidental timing. Perfect timing. Strategic timing.
Yeah.
To get free publicity and promotion for this movie where, hey, he took a bath last year on FTX if you didn't notice. Hey, he's got to build back the portfolio a little bit. He wants his movie to do well. He wants to have this launch pad. Look at what Peyton Manning's done with Omaha Productions. I think Tom Brady's realizing I got some work to do to catch up with Peyton. And he's got this Hollywood thing in mind. He needs this movie to do well. So if he's going to retire anyway, Chris, I'm not saying he retired, that it's a fake retirement again to promote the movie.
Right.
I'm saying if he's going to retire anyway, why not? Why not build maximum buzz heading into opening weekend of this movie that frankly looks like it sucks? I'm sorry. Convince me otherwise. It looks like it's not good, but it doesn't matter whether it's good or not. There's plenty of bad movies that make a lot of money. What matters is, are people going to go see it?
Yeah, well, I mean, strategic is the word that jumps out to me. I don't think I'm with you there. Again, it's kind of what we talked about. It's corporate Tom Brady there. Do I think that retirement's real, all of that. But do I think it's a total coincidence that, yes, on a Tuesday of the release of the film that he's behind and involved in and all that was the day he did it, just like totally oblivious and not even thinking about the movie and the repercussions of that? No, I have a hard time believing that. Right. That's the guy in me that questions things in life. Certainly that's one of the first things you think about when you kind of really unpack it. But I think also, too, like, going back to what you said, the Browns game during the season, I think he's a guy that's ultra focused too, and that he just doesn't let his mind go there. He doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want to talk about retirement, to Rodney Harrison, before a game when he's focused on the game. That's what's made Brady great. He's got laser focus that's unlike any human we've seen, really, in a lot of ways. So I think there's that, and also he's also the type of guy that, he wants to just go out and play football. He doesn't want everybody, oh, hey, Tom, this might be your last game. Let me come over here and shake your hand and kiss the ring. And he's old school that way, where I respect him in that manner. I don't think he wanted it to be all about him, coming down the stretch. So, I think, again, the retirement's real, strategic, timing, video, movie, all that, yes, certainly worth questioning. But yeah, I don't. After that, I don't question anything else, I guess is what I'm saying, Mike.
What you said fits with what I had always heard. He doesn't want to have a farewell tour. I think he said that himself.
Right.
Because he gets too emotional. He loses focus on the game. So he didn't have a farewell tour.
Yeah.
Because we spent most of the back half of the season thinking he was going to play another year. So there wasn't a Tom Brady farewell. It was a farewell from Tampa, if anything. So the other point that I have, and then we're going to unpack what this means going forward. He said in the past, the last thing he wants to do is turn on a game and say, these guys suck. I'm better than they are. I could still play. He didn't want to retire at a point where that would still be his mindset. And it's not like he can avoid watching games on TV. He's going to be at one every week. Now, he'll be at the best one that Fox has to offer every week, so he may not see crappy quarterback play on a regular basis. But, if he starts working for Fox in 2023 and we don't know whether he's going to take a year off or go straight into it, he's going to potentially be tormented, Chris, if he sees guys out there playing and thinks I can still do it. And see, that's where I settled after talking about it and thinking about it yesterday. He's telling the truth as he believes the truth to be right now. He believes he's done for good, but he doesn't know how he's going to feel in the future. Nobody knows how he's going to feel in the future. When July, August, September roll around, when April and May roll around and teams are back doing their offseason workouts, right? Is he going to feel differently about it? Particularly training camp. Is he going to feel differently? And is he going to say, well, you know what, maybe I've changed my mind? And that's okay if he does. There's no crime in it, but we just have to acknowledge and accept that he's human. And he could change his mind at some point down the road, especially once he realizes, as he said himself, there's a lot of bad football out there, and he's still capable of playing some good football under the right circumstances.
Yeah, he is. And he's going to be tormented. I mean, that's part of it. He's definitely. I mean, I think a lot of the great quarterbacks of all time have kind of gone through that. I watched my dad. I got to experience in my 8th grade year of my life and watch him be tormented by, well, should I come back and play? I can still do it. I'm better than some of these guys. I should do it. So it's naturally a part of it, let alone this is Tom Brady. This is, one of the greatest competitors of all time. But yeah, the question is it get to the point where, like you're talking about, does it give him the itch to start snooping around again? And I would hope not. I would hope he has gotten to the point here where, he's fulfilled, his body, his soul with, football to the utmost, and he can be happy with his career and walk away and go, I had the greatest career in the history of the NFL. It's not even close. But that's easier said than done for a guy that loves the sport. He's been addicted to it. He's definitely going to have some mornings where there's going to be some frustration or it'll pop in his brain a little bit.
I also think that the last time he won a Super Bowl, 55 with the Buccaneers, his first year with Tampa Bay, I think he underestimated just how difficult it is to get back there and win it. And maybe if he had a chance to do things differently, I don't know, would he call it quits after Super Bowl 55? I don't know. But I think he's realized the past couple of years it's damn hard to get there. And you don't have to cap your career with one. Guys who have never won one, go ahead and cap your career with one. That's great. Hollywood ending. Ultimate Hollywood ending is to walk away with 7 rings, more than anybody else, more than anyone's ever going to have in our lifetimes. Who knows when someone's going to pull that off again? So let's assume that he's done for good, but that one small caveat for me, he has the right to change his mind, and maybe he will as time goes by. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.